Welcome back, folks. Oh, we're doing the damn thing from the new Studio A. Hey, everybody. It's your boy, Luc Dog, hanging out with you. I've got my co-host right across the way. He is the man, Matt LaBelle. You know him as Belly. What's up, dude?
What's up? It's good to be here. Oh, it's nice in here, man.
I know. It's different.
Feels so good.
It's a lot different.
So many nice pictures you have on the wall here.
Well, we'll go through them. We've got some from Swerve, Christine Marie Stewart. It's been a lot of fun putting all of this together. So welcome to the new studio, everybody. We've got a big one for you. Thank you for joining us on our new Season 3. It's the premiere, so be ready. We've got a big one for you because we're going to go through all the things that happened while we were away.
What's been going on?
I missed you guys.
We missed you.
I mean, we really did, and it's been a month. So we took November off. If you're new to the show, thank you for joining us. This is the Voice of Onewheel, the podcast of Onewheels, everything one wheel. We get a little bit off topic, and then the social media lounge lets us know, and we get right back on.
What's a one wheel?
There are guide. There are compass. Did you make it?
Did you make it?
How much does it cost?
Can I write it?
Social media lounge, what's up? How we doing? We feeling it? No, we got to fix that. That's the one thing that I don't think we fixed. We used to have that chat going in there, so I will not be going to that anymore. But yeah, they're obviously in there. I can see you guys. So hello, thank you for joining us. There's a lot of people in there. Belly, what are we serving today?
We're serving Cristal, popping champagne,
Popping bottles
for the new Studio A.
Well, there's a lot that's going on because we're going to get to what happened while we were away. I want to talk about Vitaly Borisov, the King of New Zealand. So that'll be exciting. We're going to talk to him. Well, not to him, but I've got something for you guys from him that I think we need to get into. So we'll talk about that here in just a second. Of course, we're going to talk to Dean Botton, the man, the myth, the whatever, legend, the Dean that has taken over, Belly, the entire one-wheel landscape while we were away.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So we'll talk to him.
He's been the hottest topic in the one-wheel community.
I have questions.
In a bit. Yeah, I think everyone does.
I can't wait.
Are you real?
We'll get all the answers coming up here in just a few. I got yelled at on a one-wheel, so we'll talk about that. But we'll start things off, of course. Why we started this in the first place. Now, can you just check and make sure that there's no, hey, we can't hear you. Hey, everything's good. We got thumbs up in the social media lounge. We're streaming green. We are away from Cox Cable, ladies and gentlemen. We made the jump.
We've got this. If this stream goes out, then it's impossible. But I think this is the internet for us.
This is Verizon Fios. We are fiber optic now. We're upgrades in every single way. So thank you guys really for your support and everything. But what I wanted to talk about is why we got into this show in the first place, where it came from, why it started. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Do you know?
I don't think so, no.
So we met Belly from Luc Dog in the Morning. It was a podcast that I started in my basement. And I think this is good in case anybody's new and just into this, because I think this is relevant and you'll see why I'm getting to it. I started a show, Luc Dog in the Morning, because I realized I had a microphone and a mixer, and I was like, hey guys, let's do some radio. This is some bullshit. I used to do it as a kid, with tape decks. So let's just screw around. And I ended up parlaying that into a radio job. Morning show host and Colorado Springs. It was awesome. I did the morning show. I did the afternoon drive for a country radio station, never listening to a country song in my life when I accepted that job, Belly. No idea. I was pronouncing things so wrong.
He's now getting into the country game a little bit after some experiences, but before...
Cannon Smith.
I don't know who that is.
Cannon Smith?
Cannon Smith, I know who that is.
Yes, you do, but when you say Cannon Smith on the air, everybody jumps at you.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh, this happened to you in real life?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I was the afternoon drive for the country station in Ocean City, Maryland. There's a lot of people over there.
You're supposed to study for your homework.
I did. I tried, but a lot of those names are kind of, Canaan.
Canaan.
That's not Canaan, folks. Let me tell you something. That ain't Canaan. All right? So what I'm saying is, I've been around, and I turned this little podcast that we did into something. Just from keep improving. And I met Belly because Belly was a listener. He used to call in all the time.
Yeah, he used to talk a lot about sports.
Was our sports correspondent.
Yeah.
And then, we became buds. One of my best friends now. I miss him. I miss you. I really do miss you. I hate living by myself.
I don't hate it, but I also don't live by myself. I technically live with my sister and brother-in-law.
Yeah, but he's downstairs in a fully furnished basement with you can walk out, get out, sink, all that.
It's nice.
Dude, it's real nice.
Although it gets really cold at night.
So the reason I'm telling you guys this is because we were doing our show, and I was taking it so seriously, and we were doing it really professionally, but we were banging our heads against the wall because we only had like 50 listeners. We had like 50 strong, and that was it for like 3-4 years. Like, nobody wants to hear us talk about things that you could hear any national pundit talk about.
Lies. I know the social media alum wants to hear us talk about everything.
They do not want to hear us talk about anything other than One Wheels.
World Pete. No.
So
today in BBC News.
we're like, why are we doing this? No one's listening. Damn it, man. And we had some success with it, but it was way too broad. And
Breaking news. It was broad.
You have to have something to talk about. You can't just turn the microphones on and talk about nothing.
Yeah.
And we figured that out. And when I saw that I was riding, this is right when I bought a one wheel. I bought one in August. And then by the time like fall came and then it got cold, I realized that like a lot of the content went to shit. Like nobody was riding because it was cold everywhere except for Miami and Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Scottsdale, Arizona, but it wasn't that big yet. It was like still the one wheel XR hadn't even come out yet. There's a one wheel plus that I was riding on. And so I was like, you know what, dude? There's a space here where people could really use some content for us to just bring it all together. And I want to be the voice of this thing. I want, when this thing goes big 2 to 3 years from now, I want us to be thought of as the voice of One Wheel so that ESPN, when it gets big enough, is like, those two need to be the commentators. That's where it all started. It was us as the voice of One Wheel. I'm no bullshit. I don't want you to think that it was like this, because what happened, that's the truth. And then I realized very quickly that this show got good, and it wasn't until about 8 months in when we stopped giving a shit about us and made it everybody's voice. This show became organically
the voice of the one wheel.
The voice of one wheel riders. And that's when like it clicked for us. It was like, got it. It's not about us. We are not the voice. We are just the conduit. We are putting the show together to give everybody a voice. That's been fun. But the problem is, you don't like everybody. So we might have a guest on every now and then.
I hate you all.
That you might not agree with. And for some reason, it just blows my mind, Belly, because I see a lot of times we'll have a guest on and people will get all kinds of offended that we're having that guest. And I'm like, wait a minute, why are people getting up in arms? Well, that person got on, but I didn't get on. I just want everybody to know, if you want to be on this show, come on the show. We have never turned down anyone, have we?
Slide into those DMs.
Get
baby.
in there. They're nice and warm, a little bit moist, just the right temperature.
Just fill the gap. Just like we did.
We have never turned anybody down, and I want you guys to know that's where our mindset is. It used to be, let's start a show that will allow us to be the voice of One Wheel, and it turned into, wow, this is a show that gives everybody a voice, and that's so awesome. But then you got to be able to accept when somebody that you might not really appreciate or like comes on the show, because you might not know about them. And then maybe next week you'll be all for whoever we have on. But I just ask you, if you can, be open-minded about the guests that we have on our show. And please don't take it as a slight because we haven't asked you first. I apologize. And first of all, if you want to get in touch with us, you certainly can.
I don't apologize to those people.
I'd love to have more people on. I hate booking.
We will get you.
I hate booking. It's one of the worst. It's like my biggest stress every single week. Belly, how much do I enjoy booking?
Depends. You don't like booking guests, but you like booking weddings because that's the cha-ching.
Crushed it. In fact, I think he deserves it. Touchdown! Very nicely done. So I appreciate you letting us get that out of the way because I wanted to make sure that we clear that up. I don't play favorites with our guests, and I honestly look at who's interesting, who do I want to get to know, and then let's do it on the air. So that's kind of where this comes from. Now, Vitaly Borisov sent me something from New Zealand. He is the king. And we're going to get to it. I don't think we'll have time to get to it before we get the Dean on here.
You want to go deep into it?
I want to get a little bit deeper into it if we can.
All right. Well, we can save that for towards the end.
Can I just? I guess we'll save that to the end.
What else? Did you see any one wheel stuff that you really jumped out at you while we were away? That really you had some fun seeing? And
I saved a whole lot of those.
Yeah.
Throw one up there. Let's play while we were away because a lot of stuff happened. In fact, oh man, did you guys see Richard Carnes came out of nowhere?
Dick Carnes?
Dick Carnes took over. I'm not going to press any more buttons because I think that messes with your there you go. You guys, I mean, are you for real right now? If you're watching on the podcast, oh, that's not going to happen. That's all right. We don't need the audio. But this is Terry Peter and his wife, Jamie.
We do need the audio from this computer. 100%. But we'll figure that out. But
Okay,
we've had this great video of Dick Carnes
absolutely
going around telling us all about the Black Friday specials that have been happening in all of the One Wheel community last Friday. But I just want to give a shout out. One, great short game on the teleprompter going over the weather status of these like great vendors that you're seeing up on the screen. They crushed it with this video.
This was funny.
They just know how to entertain.
Well, you know that we appreciate when people put effort in, and you can see obviously they got into character. They had a fake producer they were yelling at, just like our boy Clyde.
That was a real mustache, though.
So
I heard.
Obviously he had to grow that out. It was no shave November. So if you want to check that out, go over to their channel. It is Wheel with Me, 3 words, Wheel with Me on YouTube. They're really funny. They're deep into the community. I would venture to say balls deep into the community. 2 great people doing a lot for One Wheel stuff, and they're funny. So check their stuff out. They do a lot of reviews too, which is neat.
Yeah.
So welcome to everybody who's on the scroll. By the way, we got the scroll right.
That's Clyde's Army.
It is Clyde's Army. That's for everybody who's $10 and up on the Patreon. That's over at patreon.com/TTR Studios LLC. If you want your chance to win a pint, anybody who is a patron has that chance. We are giving the pint away in 1 week. But we have a little issue that Belly and I just realized on air. I'll tell you right now what it is. The sound is coming out of our computer, or out of our TV from the computer, and instead of to you guys. And I want to make sure you hear the Dean when he gets on here in 2 seconds. So what I'm going to do is play you guys a quick jam. Yep, should be okay. You want to try it? Play a song from, play that video. Let's see another thing that happened while we were away, and we'll test it out. That'll be a good way to do it. Today might be a little bit clunky as we do the first show. You could just go to the same videos. Just play something. Yeah, what's that? Sure. Ooh, Belly fixed it. Nice job, dude.
Oh, no.
Boom!
Oh. I didn't like that at all.
It's good.
Thank God we didn't show that.
Did we not?
Thank
Put
God.
that back. No, they have to see. Now there's no payoff.
I swear.
Send it back.
I
Come
swear
on.
we...
No, that's not fair to them. If
We've shown this one before, I feel like.
No. I'll replay it. And there you go.
No, don't look, everyone. Morning graphic content.
Boom! Oh! He's okay.
You alright, bro? Are you good? Oh, he's walking.
He's walking, but he does not answer. He does definitely not answer. Am I okay?
I wouldn't answer either.
Okay.
That's tough.
Well, I'm so glad that's the video you picked to test things.
Right? Of course, that's the video I chose.
All right, let's get the Dean. I need him. Let's get him in our life. I need him in my life. It's going to be fun. He's got his baby with him. He is connected. So, Dean, I see you on there, buddy. Hit your video button. And hopefully we can connect with you. Do you hear us?
Kind of hear you. Hold on.
Yeah, there we go. I got you. All right, man. Do you have a video button next to that end call button? Hopefully we can see you.
I believe so.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we
There
got him.
he is! We got
Does
him.
it work?
So let's do that. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, Dean Botton joins us live with dog named what?
Barney.
I love it. And we've got your toddler there as well. It's a regular daycare over there, dude. You're doing all the things.
I know. I'm a full-time dad right now.
Well, I appreciate you coming on and making some time for us. So what's up, man? How have you been? How did you get into one-wheel riding, and how did you take over the entire landscape? We'll talk about all of that. But first, what is this young one's name?
Mackenzie.
This is Mackenzie, and you. Where are you, dude? Where do you hail?
I'm in Southern California, and there's my ride.
Oh, nice. XR pint. What is it? It's not a pint.
That's an XR, dude. I see it.
So yeah, I mean, had to put a hold on her college savings for a little bit. I had to get it, but yeah, I mean, it's cool.
Well, dude, you're like a scientific mind. Like you do like inventions, right? Is that kind of how did the ads probably start popping up onto your social media account?
I love everything electric, everything. Like when I was young, I was always the kid like with the RC cars, and had to have like my family could never afford like the best ones, but all the ones that I had were electric, and I love that. Like I used to have dreams of like just punching the gas in like a fully electric Mustang and just going. And then I started driving when I was 18, and I'm like, this sucks. This is not exciting at all. So I sat inside of a Tesla. Oh man, it was that excitement again. So I'm excited for the
I love it. She's talking. I love it.
She's a regular talk show host. Well, dude, what did you think of the truck while I have you on here about the Teslas?
The Cybertruck, the first typical reaction, like it's the ugliest beauty I've ever seen.
Okay, I'll take it. I want one, but I want to know, Pete. All right, so let's get to the meat. You started posting in some Facebook groups, and people take your posts, I feel like, one of two ways. They either love you or they hate you. Why are you so polarizing in these groups?
Well, as I always say, I must be constipated because I don't give a crap. Basically, I don't know. If
Are you real? Are you a real person? Do you work for Future Motion?
no, I don't. That'd be cool. I work. No disrespect to them, because I tried to start my own board company before, and it is hard. It's like really hard to do something like that. It takes a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of patience. So, is it like badass? Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. There's nothing like it. Is there room for improvement? Of course.
Could you improve it? What do you think you could do to improve it?
Working on a rail system that would help the balance better than it is, but that's a work in progress. I'm going to throw this one out there. Because I think that this is something that Future Motions needs to work on, because I believe that it has something to do with the software programming. But you know how you have your pushback?
Sure.
Okay, so you have pushback, and that's imagine a board without the pushback. It would be horrific, right?
Sure.
So what if the pushback, Future Motions, pay attention, please. What if the pushback also had an audible alarm that not on the app, because the app's not reliable, like a speaker on board with maybe a little indicator light that when you're hitting the pushback, it's going to beep, it's going to make a noise, and it's going to be, you're going to know that you're entering a pushback. Because a lot of people that I've seen online, they've said, I didn't even feel the pushback. And that's the thing that is nerve-wracking to me as a writer. I don't cruise that fast, but I don't know. If there's
that makes sense. I mean, a safety feature to that sense of.
I say it does not make sense. Go ahead.
Well,
I will go second.
For me, I think it makes sense.
No, I've thought about this a lot. I got an argument this. I want to hear yours, because people have talked about this a lot. He makes a good point.
Maybe an audible alarm, or the indicator light's a big thing. Like now that there is a visible light, like for example, on the pint that you can see while you're writing, I would say that kind of like indicator light where, it flashes like a purple or something along those lines, that you can see the color change. That kind of gives you that indicator like, hey, you're pushing that motor. The motor's going to
Okay, but you're
jump.
looking down for that to happen, first of all.
No.
You're going to have
the
to
front. It could be the front light too.
You shouldn't. I mean, it would have to. Well, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. Dean, here's my argument, all right? It's not an argument. Where is he? I need both of them. There we go. All right. Here's my thing with that. I have an EUC. Have you ever ridden an electric unicycle?
no.
They are wacky, man. They're a weird feeling because if you nosedive, there's nothing to hit the ground that you can then jump off of, like the nose. It's just, boom, you just go down. So it's terrifying. That thought of nosediving is terrifying. Now they have a much bigger battery, so they can handle way more, but there's still an edge, right? So their answer, yeah, there's still a little bit of pushback, but they have an audible beep. You can't hear that shit at all in the wind or with any helmet that covers your ears. That's the problem. And so my thing, Dean, is that for that to work, you would have to make it so loud that it's either obnoxious.
Well, I hope I can add music to it.
Or the light would have to be so bright that it's obnoxious, and you pretty much would only see it at night, dude. You wouldn't see a light that was down at the bottom of your board. I'm not looking at my toes.
But I don't know your guys' names, but I know you, Dave. What about like one of you just said if the headlight flashed or did something?
That would be now a headlight flashing maybe, but that would have to be pretty much at night. I'm Luc, by the way, and this is Belly.
Belly. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's
all
okay.
good.
Did you call me Dave?
I'm Dave.
You're Dave.
I'm busy.
No, that's okay.
Well, it's
honestly,
all good, dude.
Belly is Dave from here on.
I don't remember names either, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe a light, but Dean, I really think, and I'm not here to bash it. I know because I have a device that has an audible system. You got to make it really loud, or you're not going to hear it in any kind of wind. And that is the problem with that for me, is that then you have a false sense of like, well, I don't hear anything, but actually it's going off and you're just not hearing it, and then wham.
Yeah,
that's true.
But I like the general idea of like where he's going with it, because it's like it's right.
Thinker.
It's right in the sense of there needs to be something more open about the pushback besides like how hard it hits.
I mean, I don't want to be the guy that's just like, learn your board, but like that is kind of part of the board. Like, you know, when your board's at 50%. Dean, are you weirdly in tune of like where your battery is with your board?
Only because I have indications.
You do have them. You have those notifications, so you've trained yourself to pretty much know I'm at 50. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I think if you pay attention, both of them can't hurt. A beep and a pusher and a pushback can't hurt, especially if you be. Dean, do you think we could make it so that you could toggle it in the app? That'd be solid.
What was that?
Could we make it so that you could toggle it in the app, like on off, like have the beep
like the
be
simple
on,
stop
off?
for the pint?
Yeah.
At the very minimum, yes, but again, all of them have had that Bluetooth connectivity issue.
Yeah, what's that about?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the 4206 controllers, I guess, had it all the way up until the 4209. I have the 4209, and even mine disconnects here and there, but it's I don't know if I would want that to be a function that goes over Bluetooth, because what if Bluetooth fails?
Sure.
And even then, like the Pine is even worse with Bluetooth. I feel
I know you
like
guys have
that
been
one has
talking
had a
about
huge
that.
problem with the Bluetooth. Where mine, it's unless you're like right on top of it and it's close enough, like you're not going to get Bluetooth connection
Really?
when you're rolling on the Pine.
Really?
Yeah, at all.
See, it's not an issue for me if you ride an XR. I really haven't even plugged in. I haven't even turned my app on at all because I never ride a full charge. I don't even think about it. So I don't care.
Here's the thing. So your argument is that you wouldn't hear it because of the wind?
That's what's happened to me in the past, yeah.
From riding e-bikes in the past, like wind is not really a factor until you're going like 25 miles per hour plus. So the top speed is 19 miles per hour. So wind's not really going to be a huge deterrent in terms of like not being able to hear an audible alarm.
I won't
Unless
lie to
you're
you.
rocking the phones.
I won't lie to you. I mean, what happened to me was when I have any kind of, you can't have any kind of headphones on or earbuds in.
Obviously.
And then you can't have, unless you had it connected to Bluetooth, and then, but you said we don't want it on Bluetooth, right? So it takes away the ability of anything in your ears. And then the other thing is that, like, if you have like a helmet that comes over your ears, like I wear a ski helmet, that's probably stupid, but it's true. I really had a hard time hearing it. But either way, I think you're right. Like, I would love to have the option, because it would really be nice to have like a definite, this is the point where you're starting to overwork it. And then you could be able to turn it off after like 3 weeks of like really training your body to know your board. It's not the word. It's not a bad idea. I mean, it's not a bad idea.
No, I like it.
I wish there was a way to get it to my earbuds. You probably just Bluetooth it.
Other ideas that I've had.
Please.
When I was 12, there's a funny story, so get ready to laugh.
Give it.
I told my buddy when we were both young, and he's like, "Don't ever tell anybody that story.
So naturally, we want this story.
But like I said, I don't care. So when I was like 4 or 5 years old, just old enough to like just get my thing over the toilet and doing my business, the heavy wooden toilet seat came slamming down.
Oh, dude, warning, please.
Oh
God.
my God, it was so painful.
Is that the story?
He's getting
Yeah.
there.
For real. Now, thankfully, it gave the illusion from scar tissue, so it's actually, bigger. But hey,
Your child is very upset.
I know. He's feeling the pain. So all the way through childhood, like I was thinking, like, why are toilet seats so freaking heavy? That was like horrible. Why do they slam? So by age 12, I thought about it, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna make a toilet seat that does not slam. So of course, I'm 12 years old.
Soft drop.
Yeah,
Who's
I have
that
one.
The soft drop
We
toilet
have one
seat.
here. Yeah, it's the most amazing thing that's ever been invented.
So I started like drawing up the concept. It was a little bit different. I was using reverse magnets. I didn't think like put grease inside the gears and make gears that like slow stuff down, because I wasn't like mechanically in tune when I was that
Is that
young.
what they do? They grease up the gears?
That's all they do.
Yeah.
They put hinges. There's like a little gear mechanism, and they just put thick grease, and it slowly lowers the toilet seat like a hydraulic. So their idea was way better than mine. Same concept, but better execution. But yeah, as I went through idea after idea after idea, eventually I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make a solar powered pool skimmer for the top of the pool. And I started building it, had it like completely like almost done. And then I did searches online to make sure that it did not exist. And my brother came up and he's like, have you looked? He gave me like a certain name to go search by. And I'm like, son of a bitch. So literally what I was designing was already a product, and Sharper Image makes it.
Solar powered
that-
life.
Yeah, it's called the Solar Breeze. So they have it. And I'm like, you bastards, but they want $500 for it, which I was planning on like selling mine for like $200, making mine like super simple.
What a
So,
drag.
It was a drag. And throughout my life, this has happened where I'm like, I get this idea and I'm like,
Dean,
okay,
Dean, you gotta look up the patent first.
No, I know. I've learned.
That's such a pain in the ass. No, because we had I know this is a show about one wheels, so we got to get back to one wheels. But we had an idea in college. I literally took to the science department to see if somebody could engineer it for me. I wanted a misting chair. I wanted a chair that was like a beach chair, a layable beach chair, like one of those folding 3-piece beach chairs. But it had a reservoir behind the head that was just like the Super Soaker reservoir, and two tubes going down the rails of the chair.
That sounds
with
like a sinus infection waiting to happen.
Quick pump system, and then you just hit the pump to a button to release the pump, and it mists you at your waist, your shoulders, and at your knees. It's the misting chair. Fucking genius. $29.99. Went through all of it. Yeah, there's a patent for that. Damn it. Still haven't made it.
What people don't realize is like when you have an idea, especially if it has to require plastic. Once you have an idea, in order to get a factory to tool and make it, like tooling is like $10,000 alone, because they don't. If you think of an idea that's not already out there, there's no machines that are going to build exactly what you're thinking inside your head. So you need to make the machines. Also, you're not just making the product, you're also having to make the machines to make the product. That's part of the difficulty. So, for example, the Everything Apple Pro guy, he has like 10 million followers on YouTube. To make a simple phone case per injection mold, he said it was $14,000. So,
I mean,
people-
I know from a lot of our vendors Injection molds cost a lot. I want to get back to some of the things. We got a lot of questions in the social media lounge, and I got to get the show moving. I don't want to cut you off, but what are they asking? They're clamoring for it.
So they want to know what kind of rider you are, like where your go-to rides are, how long you've been riding, and things like that.
I'm gonna have to say survival rider from gas prices in California.
Oh, no joke, dude. He's not lying. Where is it?
$4 per gallon when you get like 16 miles per gallon in your truck, and you also love your truck, so you really don't want to let it go.
That sucks, man. No, I mean, it's definitely clutch. I was out in LA. That was the only way I had to get around other than Ubers. No good. But what kind of how long you been riding, man?
1 month.
1 month.
1 month.
Deep
You're
into the
1
game.
month in. You've already taken us over by storm. You know what I think, dude? Because I want to ask you, like, when I wrote Dean Botton will be on the Voice of Onewheel, some people wrote things like hard pass, a big no, why, this is how you deplete a podcast listenership. Why? What did you do? What did you do, dude? Like, I mean, I find you intriguing, but why are people frustrated with you?
I think it's because I have so much passion in my writing. So, like, I'm a dreamer. So when I get out there and I write stuff, people think that, like, I'm crazy. And yeah, I'm a little crazy, but I want to be the one person. And this will sound crazy, because trust me, I think it is crazy. Okay?
Baby's like, don't do it, Dad.
I want to be the one person that designs the levitation technology. That would be so amazing. I know it exists. How do I know it exists? And people thought I was trolling about this. My dad used to work for Lockheed, and he never personally saw anything like that I know of. But he basically, when like Back to the Future was on way back when. Hi, Mackenzie. I asked him. I'm like, Dad, I want one of those hoverboards, right? And he's like, you're never gonna. No. He's like, they're never gonna allow that to come out.
So are you studying? Like, are you working on it?
Yes, is the ultimate answer. I've posted this several times, but can I guarantee that it will happen? Yeah, it will happen.
You can wait a minute. You're breaking news on the Voice of Onewheel. You can guarantee levitation is happening from the Dean.
Not from the Dean. So that's the one thing I cannot guarantee. So can I guarantee that I can do it? No. Can I guarantee that it's already been done? Yes.
Well, are you talking about like the Lexus commercial back in the day where they like pimped out a pool? You know what I'm talking about? For the listeners, they basically decked out like a pool, like an empty pool, like a skate park, with like one side of a magnet. Am I right? Basically in layman's terms, and then had a board that was the opposite side of the magnet, and it just floated around, but only in the area that had that covering on the ground.
That's quantum levitation, and it requires superconductors that are like super chilled with
right.
liquid nitrogen, I believe.
Is that what you're referencing, or are you saying actual levitation?
Actual levitation. And the thing that I'm not sure about, and this is what I'm trying to investigate, is can it be shrunken down to a board size that's portable?
Well, what are they doing right now? What are they freaking like UFOs?
Right. So
what do you mean, right? You work? Who do you work for? NASA. Stay away. I want none of this. I want none of this. Nope. I am not storming Area 51.
Ion drives. Yeah, I've got one in my closet. I've been saving up for. I've just got one hanging out right in the closet right now.
Think about this though for a second. All of the, not all, but most of the UFO accounts and sightings that people have said, "Oh my God, I saw a flying saucer," they're all a particular shape. So they look like a bell. There's this story of this German like bell fan. Totally forgot what it was called, but these people saw this bell-shaped craft like hovering and like crashed over in a forest over in Germany, I believe it was. Again, it has to be shaped like a bell, I'm pretty sure. So that's why I'm saying, can it be shrunken down to fit inside of a board? That's what I don't know.
All right, man. We've got a lot of stuff in your head that I'm excited to see what you do in the future. I gotta let you go here. What is something that we can do to help promote you? I know, like we offer that to anybody who comes on here. So, is there somewhere people can go to help you do what you're doing and get us floating as quick as we can?
Or something to tease for the folks.
That would be fine.
So I don't have it fully established yet, but and as far as the levitation thing goes, I'm going to keep that as my hobby because you can't rely on that. Like if I make something, I've levitated sand before and a few other things, but
Wait a minute. What do you mean?
I've literally
You
levitated
mean like
sand.
like with your hand or like with what?
Yeah, but I'm not the only. I mean, you can YouTube it. There's other guys that do it.
YouTube it right now. Show it. What do you mean? Tell me what to pull up. I'll watch it right now with everybody. What do I type into YouTube? I want to know.
Type in levitating sand. You'll find it.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I'm doing
All right,
it.
here, I got you. Go ahead. Studio mode. All right, we're going to pull that up while you're talking because I want to see this with everyone. Now they all have to know. Levitating sand.
That uses static electricity, which is not going to be. You can only levitate small objects.
Oh, is this like with the salt that's on a board?
No.
That's acoustic levitation. No, I don't think we got to back this up. All right, well, I'll tell you what. Whatever. But Matt Belly's mad at me because I'm taking over the thing. I'm sorry. Anyway. All right.
So I'm gonna keep that hobby, and if I come up with something cool, I told everybody I'm gonna have to open source it, and I'm not really gonna make any profits from that because if I try to go trademark something like that, they're not gonna allow me to do that because I'm pretty sure it's like top secret.
So what do you need people to do?
Oh yeah, the government. I promise you this: the government has it, and it's there. Yeah, I know that they have it.
Belly, what? Belly's skeptical. Belly wants no part of this.
I know the government has all this shit. I know it.
What's the problem?
Nothing.
Have it.
He's over it.
I'm just in full recline.
Okay. All right. I got. Oh God. All right. Well, tell us where we can donate if we want to help you find your way to the levitation device.
So just briefly, like I live near the whole Saugus High School shooting that just happened, and unfortunately, I actually live very very close to where that the shooter lived, and it just pains me. Like I rode my one wheel to and from to my brother's house the night before, like 7.5 hours before the kid went out and did his thing. And it just hurts me inside because I'm like, I literally was so close to this kid. What was going on in this kid's head? Like, why are people? What's wrong? You know, like that's not the right way to reach out if you're like hurting inside. So I'm trying to think, where would the dean be needed most in this life? I'm a nurse. But I mean, there's other nurses, right? I mean, there's other people that can fill that role. But what can Dean do, right? So Dean can offer himself. That's what I can do. So pretty much, I'm thinking about starting this charity, and I want to show the world that there's actually joy in giving and when you're hurting and helping up, because I don't think we're seeing enough of this in the world. I would call the charity Dean's Donation.
No, I'm playing you out. This is good. Keep it going.
We call it Dean's Donation, and over.
Hey, say that one more time. I don't think that came through.
Dean's Donation.
Yeah.
So if this works, it's not something that I have to create. That's the cool part, and it's another one of my wacky ideas. So if it works, I don't have to invest anything really. I would have to open up a nonprofit.
Go ahead and hit me with how we can find it. What is it again?
It's not started yet, but it would be called Dean's Donation.
Got it. All right. So we'll be on the lookout for that. Got you very much. And I appreciate you taking some time out here with us, man. I know you got your baby there. You got a lot going on from freaking West Coast.
The
He's
baby
real.
is out.
The baby is out. First
I
of
love
all,
it.
well, most
Soothing voices. Get it right to sleep.
well-behaved baby of all time in radio. So thank you, Dean. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
You got it. Later, bud. Dean Botton. There he goes. Awesome. Thank you, bud. All right. Yeah. Well, that was fun. He's real.
He's real.
I told you guys. I wanted to know what's going on. He's going to levitate you straight to the next generation of devices. You know, I actually have something on that. Look, there you go. Yeah, sure. Another thing that happened while we were away on that line.
Speaking of next generation devices.
I love it. Belly's producing like the hell out of it. Look at what we found. Something that is on the street. It is in Michigan. It's big on driverless vehicle research. And this is a food device that is driving itself to its delivery stop. This is how you're going to get your food soon, folks.
I
Things
want it
are
dropped
happening,
off by
man.
drone, so yeah, I get it. Like Grubhub should just drop off food at my door. Actually, you know what? You have a balcony. You're on the 9th. You're on like a high up floor up here, like 10 or 9. I can't remember. You're up here. I want a drone to be able to fly up your food to no, I don't have to go down and get it. I want a drone to
why would
fly
you
it
go
up
down?
to the 10th floor balcony where I am and then get it to me. This is what I want out of the future.
Future is here, folks. Thanks again to Dean Botton. We have uncracked the code. He's a real guy. I like putting a face to these names that you see online. He's a real guy. He's a dad. He's got a kid. He's got a wife.
Nurse.
He's a nurse. So awesome. All right, very good. And honestly, if he pulls that shit off, then yeah, let's get behind it. But you got to pull it off first.
Creative minds are
I like
rare in
people
this
like
world.
that.
You want something that someone's always firing in the gears. You want someone that always is thinking of the next thing, and he's doing it. I mean, he's getting out there and trying to.
You look, yeah. Looks like you had some questions. I had some questions. I want to see it done first. You know what I heard? And this is, I don't like to talk about a guest while they're gone.
But I thank him for coming on.
I do
We
thank
do
him for
thank
coming
him.
on. But I did hear somebody say, I can't hear your words because your actions are speaking so loudly.
I don't know who said that.
It's a really, really good quote. And it means you got to do it. You can't just say it. You got to do it. Right?
Makes sense.
Your actions
I've been
are so
guilty.
much louder than words.
I've been guilty
And
of that
like
myself.
like
I
with our
feel.
missing chair, we never got it done. So I know as much as we all bash Future Motion, they did get us on this board. God damn, it's fun to ride. I was riding around in my apartment building yesterday,
Oh no.
and I got yelled at. So
Probably well deserved.
this happened. No, what do you mean?
I mean, you're
So,
inside.
They're indoor hallways. It's my first apartment ever of having not a breeze. Like I'm usually like outdoors. Once you open your apartment, there's like an outdoor breezeway hallway. That's what I've always had. This is like a hotel where it's like it's indoors. So it's like I'm down at the end of the hallway and I'm as far as possible away from the elevator. So typically, I ride my one wheel down my hall to the elevator, out the elevator to the door of the main lobby, and then I leave it there. I just leave it there. And then I just walk into the main lobby and I go do whatever.
You leave it at the elevator?
I leave it in the hallway.
Right outside of where the
Outside
elevator.
of the door of the lobby.
Oh.
Yeah, I leave it right there. People walk by it, they're like, what is that? I'm that guy. Everybody knows me as that guy. It's
So
awesome.
it's basically right to the coffee machine.
Okay, well, I wasn't going to tell them that there's a free coffee machine downstairs, but yes, it's amazing. It's the best thing, it's the best thing ever about this apartment complex. Dude, we had these freaking hot chocolates beforehand. They're just downstairs at all times. You're your own barista. Just go make a drink, whatever you want, whenever. It's amazing. So, like, there's a lot of people down there for that reason. So, like, I don't want to just mow through with my one wheel. Even though our boy Vinny Lucido would say, it's all about how you ride. If you ride like you're supposed to be there, it won't be a problem. However, yesterday, I was like, you know what?
I'm going to ride to the other side.
Damn it. I was going to go get some, and I saw the pool table, and nobody was at it, and I was like, I'm going to play some pool.
With the one wheel?
Well, no. I could.
Interesting game.
I could.
I find this game interesting.
That
How
would be
did you do it?
That would be fun. But I was like, I don't really do this a lot, but there is a room with a pool table in it, and nobody's in it, and I've been working on
That
my...
would turn into jousting, probably.
Yeah, I can see it being really bad. And they know that. For that reason, no, there's no one-wheeling down there. So, when I'm not going to leave my one wheel in the hallway while I play pool.
No.
Making a drink, fine, that's one thing. That's like 2 minutes. So I go and I get my one wheel and I ride it. I looked around, man. I swear to God, I was like,
See, you're riding around like you're not supposed to be there.
There was no one around.
But you're riding around like you're not supposed to be there because you're looking around.
He's right. He's absolutely right.
That's the Vinny Lucido mindset.
That's the Vinny Lucido
You got to
way.
set yourself in like, I'm doing it because I'm supposed to be doing it.
So as I came back out, the first fucking thing that I saw was the lady who runs the front desk. And she's like, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Damn it. There's no riding in here. I was like, I know. I was very apologetic because I don't want to put a name out that like no riding ever. They're pretty lenient about stuff, but she was having no part of it. No part of it. No. Fuck that, man.
I wonder if they've got cameras. They've got like video of you just riding around in all the hallways and around downtown.
I hope not. I'm trying to figure it out. It's a lot different. There's not a lot of stoke around where I live. Except I will say this.
Did she ask about the boy, Brian?
No. Couldn't have cared less. Just could not have cared less.
Don't ride!
Every person that I have come across in the lobby, in the hallways, in the elevators, everyone's been chill.
We saw someone in the parking garage today.
It was awesome. They
asking
stopped to say, so I went down and Belly was like on his way in and I told him ride because you got to park, whatever. I said, ride your one wheel from your car to our building. And the lady came out of the elevator and she's like, that is amazing. Are you going to go to work like that? And I was like, I mean, not today, but typically, yeah. And she's like, that's awesome. And then we both go out. She gets into her car. I wheel out, and in wheels Belly. She drives out. Now there's two of us, and she's like, rolls down her window, and she's like, well, now I totally feel left out, and just zooms away. People love it. I love that. I like that it's a thing. I remember Andrew Stroh saying that like every interview he went on, he brought his one wheel, and it was always a talking point, and he got a ton of callbacks. And he's got a job now. I don't know if it's because of it, but my dad seems to think that it's embarrassing.
Your dad?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He makes jokes. Like, look, I'm not trying to. I love my dad.
Well,
he's the
considering his what he does, I mean, it's taking away from what he does.
best. He's a driving instructor. That's true.
You're losing drivers every
Right.
day to these one wheels every single day. I can't have it. You're taking my business away, Luch. You're taking my business. Can't have it. You're taking your dad's business.
He was born
You're destroying his own business.
1946.
Yeah, yeah.
72 years old. 1947.
That's like 30 years before the skateboard came out.
Unbelievable. I love him, but what he does not. I mean, it's hard when you're 35. 36. My birthday was the other day. I am 36 and single, and it's hard to explain to your parents that, like, yeah, whatever. Don't worry about it. Like, I don't know. Because then they take every little thing, and it's like, oh, yeah, well, for example, they came to pick me up. I one-wheeled down, and I was like, man, good timing. And they're like, what do you mean? I said, well, I was one-wheeling from here to my apartment. When I got into the elevator, it was the most beautiful lady on my hallway. I don't know why I said lady. It just came out. She's my
lady.
Yeah, lady of the night.
She's the most beautiful lady.
And my dad just makes the crack, and he's like, yeah, I'm sure she was impressed with your one-wheel.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of jabs that you get at 36 and single.
Yeah.
That's the jabs you get. You got to just keep the dukes up.
It makes you look young.
I think it's a thing that gives you something to talk about, man. Everybody knows me as that guy. What's
By the
going on
way,
in the
from
social
the
media
from the
lounge?
social
What?
media lounge, can confirm one wheel pull does turn into jousting. So confirmed.
Very good. Very good. Touchdown! All right, more to get to. Let's do this. What else? Let's get some.
Hey, Luch. I just wanted to interrupt you. It's my game.
Hold on. If we're gonna do this,
You should just.
what? You gonna send me out? I'm already what? You wanna me? You know what? You're ridiculous. I'm done with this. You're not sending me anywhere. I don't have the cowboy hat.
I don't have the
This is what he
cowboy hat. I
does.
didn't bring it.
So this is what he does. He loves to interrupt me. As soon as I perfectly segue to what we're going to do next, he interrupts me for no goddamn reason.
I had nothing.
So, he had nothing. He just wanted to interrupt me.
That's just.
He likes.
I wanted people to know that I'm still. My game is still strong.
Oh, look, man, I have the buttons to push over here. He pushes the buttons over here. So go to timeout. Get out of here. We've
Fine.
created this for you. We have a whole new thing. You get out of here. 2 minutes to timeout for you, sir. I want you out of the studio. You just go sit. Think about what you did. I would call for Billy the Cowboy, but we don't have that right now. So whatever. Get out of here. Send him to timeout. We actually have a timeout now.
Billy
This is the
the
song I usually play when he pisses me off.
He's here from a town way out west.
But let's see what happens from timeout. Belly! Oh, no. What are you doing? Oh, Jesus. So that's him in timeout sitting here paying his 2-minute dues. He looks like a truck driver. This is good. In fact, I'm going to keep this song on here. I got to get that hat back for him, but he'll sit there in our new timeout space for 2 minutes until he pays his dues. I'm not having it anymore, folks. No more bullshit in the new Studio A. No interrupting. I'm working on interrupting our guests or not doing that. Belly's going to stop interrupting the show for nothing. Yeah, he's the producer, which is funny about this. It's the funny thing. It's like he's the one who's supposed to be keeping me on track. So get back in here. Your 2 minutes is up. I need you back. I would like for you to be back. Clyde's obviously worthless.
Yes, I love that nap room.
The nap room? Did you get a little break time in there?
Geez, yeah, that's great.
It's comfy in there. We should have a little couch.
Ooh, man, the couch would be great.
Welcome back, sir.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks. So what's going on with Vitaly? We only have a few minutes. I have 5 minutes left.
We'll figure it out.
Holy hell. All right, well, we got to do this kind of quickly then.
Yeah, we got to pay rent.
Pay rent. Oh, he means not like usually that means like we're going to an ad. We've got to go to our old place and go pay rent.
Right?
Such a fiasco. Anyway.
Freaking.
Vitaly Borisov sent me something that I think is certainly interesting. I don't know what's going on. And so it's basically a guy writing to Onewheel New Zealand. Let me read it. Don't put it on the air. Let's not put it on the air.
All right.
Yeah. Can you do that though, so I can see it? Can you zoom it? That would be awesome. Oh my God, thank you. So it just says somebody wrote to Onewheel NZ, Onewheel New Zealand. Hey all, I just received an email from Smartwheel Canada telling me that someone on this group reported them to Future Motion about shipping to New Zealand. They told them not to, and then they asked me to delete my post about it. Smartwheel is happy to ship to us, but Future Motion said no. They're very sorry about this, but they're under contract.
Turn up the V's.
With me?
Yeah.
They're under contract with them, and they have to do as they say. So if whoever ratted on them has a better Future Motion way that is approved, if whoever ratted on them has a better Future Motion approved way to get them here at the same price, I'd very much like to hear it. New Zealand is being barred from getting Onewheels right now is what's happening.
Yeah, shipping into New Zealand has become like astronomically expensive for all things. Like,
why is that?
I'm not sure why.
And I'm not trying to put Future Motion on blast. I'm just telling you guys what's going on. It's in the public forum. Like everybody know. I mean, people know about this, so I figured it's worth talking about. It's from what I've dug is that I believe, and this is speculation. I'm not saying this is what's happening. This is what I've found out from my own digging. It sounds to me that Future Motion has they ship through FedEx. And I don't think FedEx goes to New Zealand.
So it's got to.
So they can't do any of the stuff that they typically do with all of us, like send your board back, we'll repair it. There's no back and forth option. So they just don't send them there.
And we love our NZ riders.
Oh, we love our NZ riders.
Vitaly's the man.
Vitaly is like one of our go-tos. He's been like an OG from the beginning, but like I feel bad for him because they can't get their boards out there. So if anybody has an idea of how to get boards to New Zealand, help them out. They need help, man. I mean, Vitaly went as far as to create a website so that if people were in New Zealand wanted to try a Onewheel, they could just schedule a time to come try his. Nope, shut it down. Nope. I mean, you just can't do it. And it's like, wow, what is? I mean, they're as far away as possible. I got a Onewheel pint to our boy Flavio Furukawa in Japan when he won our last giveaway. So why can't we get a board to New Zealand? It sucks. I hope he doesn't win our pint giveaway because I can't send it to him.
Yeah, I mean that's it's odd that there's got to be more to the laws or the like something in the trading with New Zealand that causes a cost to either be too astronomical for Future Motion to make it a consideration, or why they're not sending them at all. I
mean, I don't get it.
Fairly confusing to me because they go all over the world. Like, what's this black hole of New Zealand?
Like, why New Zealand? Is it New Zealand? Vitaly, look it up, man. Is it your guys' issue?
Is it
Like there's got to be a reason. So if anybody knows what's going on there, let me know. Is there anything else that happened while we were away before I get to the pint stuff?
Not much. It's just we've been doing all kinds of fun stuff behind the scenes with other things. We've been moving, and that's all I had. I don't know what you were looking like.
All right, now I have to.
I don't know what you were fingering
before the show. we said, whenever we say while we were away, that means go into the saved videos and just play something.
Oh.
I wasn't asking you what happened while you were.
I didn't like getting fingered.
Time out. Get out of it. No, I'm just kidding. Stay here. What is this? We got a new mag system. Look, you know what? We don't have time for it. We'll do it next show. Anyway, we're giving away a pint, Belly. It's a big deal. This is $1,000.
Yeah.
We're doing this coming up here, and we'll do it on next week's show. Okay? So we'll do it on next week's show. Now, before we do that, what is up with – why are we on Wednesday today?
We're on Wednesday today because I work 2 jobs now. For those of you who don't have our patron-only podcast that we've been doing.
Why don't you do that? What are you doing?
Yeah.
People are there. They love it. It's great. It's a warm and cozy place.
You'll know the behind the scenes a little bit, but I work 2 jobs now. So I'm basically working like every day. I've got some things going on where I need to secure a couple things and set myself straight. So I just need to.
You're doing you.
I'm doing me.
Okay, that's fine.
But yeah, part of that is working 2 jobs, and it's been fun so far. I work at 2 great places. But yeah, my schedule gets crazy.
Well, he had the clout at the last place. He'd been there for 3 years. Just be like I'm not working on Tuesday mornings.
Yeah, I got no clout no more.
He's back to the beginning, so he can't just be like no Tuesdays. So basically, it sounds like, if I'm right, most Tuesdays you'll have off, but it just for whatever reason they needed you from like 9 to 5 yesterday. So we're still, our home will be Tuesdays at noon Eastern. Unless Belly's work gets in the way, in which case we'll do it a different day, and I'll tell you early enough so that you can plan around it.
Yeah.
Is that fair? I want to keep doing it, and I don't want to do the show without Belly. I think that's the best way to do it.
No one wants to do the show with me.
What? It's backwards.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll do. So whether it's Tuesday or Wednesday next week, do we know yet?
Tuesday, I'm good.
Next week?
Yeah, I'm good.
We're already good?
Yeah,
all right,
good.
Tuesday at noon next week, giving away the pint. And here's how we'll do it. It's going to be a random picker, and it's going to be only the people who are in our Patreon page.
And that's 6 days away.
So if we could, that is like 6 days away right now. So that is patreon.com/TTR Studios LLC. So I want you guys to go over here, and you'll see there is a whole bunch of stuff you can sign up for. And right now we've only got like 48 people in here. Okay. There's our patrons only podcast that you can see. And we post mostly every week. It's been not so much this last month as we were off. But this is only the way to win. This is the only way that you can win our pint. We're giving it just to our patrons. So it's a monthly subscription kind of thing where it's like you can sign up for $3 if you just want to be there and support the show. The money is not something that we just like spend on diamond bracelets. Like if you saw above, I just scrolled past it. It's not a lot of money that comes in. But it helps, and it helps us do things like buy the pint. Every couple months we can buy a pint, stuff like that. Or we can do other giveaways. So it really does help like that, and we appreciate you guys supporting what we do. If you like what we do and you got a couple bucks, it doesn't matter. Just throw it towards what we're doing. Belly, do that again.
Wait.
Make it rain, very much so.
Throw those bucks.
And go ahead. You'll get yourself a patrons-only podcast. We give away T-shirts to anybody $10 and over, and we put you on the scroll if you're $10 and over. And anybody, whether it's $1 up to $25, is eligible for the pint we'll be giving away next week.
This is all you need to enter to win the pint.
There's 48 people in there right now. It's a 1 in 48 chance, except we're doing it by tier. So, like, if you're in for $3, you have 1 entry. If you're in for $5, you have 2 entries. If you're in for $10, you have 3 entries. And if you're in for $25, I think you have 5 entries. I have to look at it.
It's going to be tough for those $25.
What's going to be
winning that thing?
What's going to be tough is entering all of those into our picker. It's going to really blow. But I will do all of that.
That's easy streets.
I will take a video of all of the names in there so that everybody can see that it's on the up and up. And then we're going to do our picker next week on the show. So get in there, patreon.com/TTR Studios LLC. And for just a couple bucks, you can receive our podcast every week. You can get a T-shirt, and you're eligible to win a pint with just not that many people in there right now. Very good chances.
Wait, one of these? One of these? Hold on.
You got one? What, you got one? Where'd he go? He left. Yeah, that's what I'm giving away. Damn right, we'll buy it for you. Here you go. It's that color too. I went with the dark green. Sage. Oh, you have rails. Okay, very much. Very nice. Well, we're buying that for you guys. So enjoy. I hope you enjoy it. We want you 52 at least. And it's really for us to say thank you guys for putting up with us, taking a month off while we move and we change up all of this stuff. We have a timeout room now. It's amazing.
And in a great looking studio. I like the walls, the pictures. Thank you. I think we've got who we got here. Someone, Christine Marie Stewart is over there. That's fine.
Yeah, Christine Marie Stewart made these. If you want, she hit her up. She made these.
We've got some
pictures.
Swerve. We've got some Keel Hard up there.
I got,
we've got
Keel.
all the
There's
peaks.
Keel. There's Keel. That's Odyssey to the rescue. That's my stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to get out of here. It's been fun. Are we doing a patrons only podcast this week?
Yeah, we got it.
All right, we'll pop it tomorrow. We'll put one out for you guys. So thank you for joining us. I've got some karaoke to go run. Well, he's got to go make that money. If he's going to make it rain around here, you got to do that too. Go head over to our Patreon page.
I'm actually off the next 5 days.
Okay.
3 days. 4 days.
We're out. Go sit in timeout. Love you guys. See you next week. Bye, Belly.